Don't be afraid. My love is stronger. My love is stronger than your fear. Don't be afraid. My love is stronger, and I have promised to be always near. Don't be afraid. My love is stronger. My love is stronger than your fear. Don't be afraid. My love is stronger, and I have promised to be always near. Sometimes you just need to hear words like that, don't you? They're maybe not new as a new idea that God has promised. God's own love is stronger than our fear, that we don't need to be afraid, that God is with us. And sometimes we need to sing those words, to hear them in our own voices and in the voices of others around us, to be reminded that it's true. Sometimes you're just weary, you're just tired, exhausted, and empty by the end of the daily routine, the weekly momentum, the monthly grind, or maybe it's been an awfully long set of years. Well, this fall at New Life, but open to all people, we're going to be gathering on second Wednesdays of each month at 7 o'clock for something new that we're calling Contemplative Prayer for Tired Souls. And if you have ever found yourself in that place of being tired or empty or feeling like you need to be recharged, and maybe you are not looking for all the full order and fullness of our Sunday liturgy, but simply a place to catch your breath, where maybe well-known words or new song can wash over you, and it can become a prayer, where there's space and time for us to reflect on where we see God in our lives, or the blessings and the struggles of life. That's what we're inviting you into. On those second Wednesdays at Contemplative Prayer for Tired Souls, there will be music to be shared, often in simple, short, repeated refrains like that, "Don't be afraid," a beautiful text by John Bell, who's also written that beautiful music for it. Several other simple, short, sung refrains like that are easy for us to learn and to sing, and then almost to let that repetition become a moment of prayer and a moment for us to reflect as well. That we're not scrambling through hymnals, learning verse after verse after verse, but we invite you to this new style, a different approach to gathering in the evenings at the end of the day. There will be a chance on each of these evenings for folks to share things going on in their lives where they're seeing God at work in the world, or places they're wrestling, or prayer requests they want to lift up. And then there will be chances in silence, simply to be still in the presence of God, in the gathered community where God promises to show up. And then to take all of our prayers for the day, for the evening at the end of it, and to commend it all to God. It's something like the kind of prayer offerings we've done in the past, or kind of like our evening prayer series we sometimes do in Advent and in Lent. But for this moment, for this time, if you've ever found yourself feeling like the world is on fire and you just need a moment to catch your breath, join us second Wednesdays this fall here at New Life, but open to all, for contemplative prayer for tired souls. Here are some other things you can look forward to in these evenings. You know, sometimes our lives feel so busy, so rushed, so jam-packed with work obligations and family obligations and places we have to go, places we have to get others in our family to appointments or to soccer practice or to school things or to work things. Sometimes it feels almost selfish to want a moment of peace or of stillness. We need to have a reason or an excuse to give ourselves a chance to breathe. That's part of what we're offering this fall. A chance with time and space set apart, simply to pray, to bring the concerns on our hearts that maybe haven't bubbled up into words yet, to hear words of assurance, to be given a chance to breathe out, to breathe in, to receive God's goodness and to be recentered in God's love. And maybe when we set that time aside for one another, simply for quiet, then we can get on with the rest of our evening, the rest of your week. But sometimes with that peace in the middle, we find the strength and renewal to keep doing the good work we want to be able to do in the rest of our lives. Each gathering for contemplative prayer for tired souls will have space simply for silent, quiet prayer, guarded and bounded without interruptions or phones ringing, but simply in the quiet presence of God. Our first gathering coming up in September is going to focus on the theme of God with us in creation. And gathered outside in our garden of remembrance, we'll gather, we'll pray, and we'll sing. And one of the songs we'll invite you to learn and simply to let wash over you is this blessing, this ancient Celtic blessing set to a new tune by Ray McKeever called Deep Peace. And it goes like this. Imagine that kind of sung refrain that's both prayer to God, asking for peace, and also at the same time God's blessing of peace to you, invoking all the blessed peace of creation onto us as well. Just take a moment and listen. The rustle of the wind, the gentle sound of the water. You can hear birds calling in the distance, and the sound of insects hiding somewhere in the green. All these sounds, all these parts of God's creation. And so often we are too busy to notice them. We're so distracted by the sound coming out of our radio, the noise of traffic, or the distractions on our screens and technology. We don't see the gift of being a part of God's whole creation and the way all of it offers up praise to God all the time simply by its very existence. Contemplative prayer for tired souls is going to offer one of those opportunities to see our praise, our song, our prayer woven together in the fabric of all of creation so that we can see God's presence with us in the sound of the water, in the rustle of the wind, in the calling of the crickets and the birds. Each time we conclude our contemplative prayer this fall, we're going to end with this song called Watch, O Lord. It goes like this. Watch, O Lord, with all those awake this night. Watch, O Lord, with all those who weep. Give your angels and saints charge over all who sleep. Tend your ailing ones in your love, Lord. Rest your weary ones in your love, Lord. Bless bless your